Who doesn't love a fragrance that they can wear literally all year round? Those kind of fragrances are literally invaluable in the wardrobe, really, because you invest in it once and it will serve you all year round. For many of us, you can't afford to have a huge collection. It's just you got to have a couple fragrances and you hope that you can wear it as much as you can across the year. And oftentimes these can be used as a signature scent. So today we're going to go over 10 of those fragrances that can be used all year round. Some of them are going to be unique picks, and yes, I have designer options that are still available. I have ones that aren't not going to break the bank, and there are no blue fragrances in this list because blue fragrances are just a cheat code. So stick around and I'm going to give you a nice variety of niche, artisan, and designer options that will work all year round. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, also known as Scent Nick. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for your continued support. If you're new here, I create fragrance content in the form of detailed reviews with the occasional list such as today. If that is something that interests you, please consider hitting that like button, drop a comment of literally anything below, and join our community by hitting that red subscribe button. And let's go back to this list. So as I was saying, these kind of fragrances that can be worn all year round that somehow have that magic power to be perfect in the heat, but also surprisingly work in the cold are indispensable. And I'm gonna start with one that has served me so well throughout the years. I continue to love it to this day. This is our first designer pick. This one is going to be Dior Homme Sport 2021. Now, this isn't the most loved fragrance in the Dior line, especially with all the Dior Homme Sport releases. But for some reason, this one always works for me. It's a beautiful citrus and musky and spicy fragrance. So you get a nice, clean, citrusy kind of aldehydic opening. You get some pink peppers, that invigorating spice. You get a nice woody and musky heart and base with some sweetness, with nice diffusion. The woodiness is definitely going to be the cedar-like, cashmerean, isoe super, those kind of things. This thing is nice, clean, and fresh for those hotter days, and it's got enough woodiness and power for those colder days. It just works. It's close to a blue fragrance, but nah, it's just a nice woody spicy. We're gonna hop over to a niche house. This is, one of my favorites from this house's line. This is Signature Royale from Zaharoff. And this is just the original one. This one and Royale X are probably the most versatile, but this one even more so for all year round. Now, this is going to be a nice fresh and musky style fragrance. The entire Royale line is kind of musky in general. These are very masculine smelling. You get fruitiness on the top. You get a nice apple, that juicy, crisp quality. You get a little bit of a lavender, soapy, floral, and spicy heart. And then in the base, you get some oud, a nice warm musk. You get some cashmerean, those kind of things. This thing is versatile. This is highly reactive with your skin. So it depends person to person what this actually smells like. But for me, it's a warm, fresh, kind of dark, musky, woody, spicy fragrance. It's wonderful. It is so versatile, works all year round, and it doesn't break the bank, to be completely honest. Staying in the niche crowd, this one may surprise you. Now, this is from the House of Creed, and they don't have a lot of darker options, and this one is not dark by any means, but how this one acts in the cold is wonderful. This is Himalaya from Creed. Now, most people assume this as a hot weather fragrance, and yes, it absolutely works beautifully in the warm weather. It is incredibly fresh and crisp at the top. It's very icy. It's got the juniper in there, which really cools this thing down. It's reminiscent of its name, Himalaya. Like, it feels like you're in the mountains, in the Alpines or wherever, and it's cold and it's crisp. You get a nice sandalwood heart, and then in the base, ambergris, musk. So this thing, it's spicy, woody, fresh. It works so well in the heat, but in the cold, what happens is it gets even icier. It gets crisp, it's fresh and cooling and invigorating. And sometimes really fresh fragrances work surprisingly well in the cool. Now, obviously this one doesn't have quite the performance, but if you're going to the office every day, this thing is stellar for that. You get soapy cleanliness, you get a cooling factor, you get just nice, luscious, luxurious fragrance. And this is one that not many people are rocking anymore. So I definitely got to give it out to Himalaya from Creed. It's a fantastic option. Okay, we're gonna go to a lesser known brand, and the only way you're gonna know about this brand really is if you follow Omar from School of Scent. This was the first fragrance he ever released with Atrium fragrances, and I hopped on it and it was game over from the beginning. I love this fragrance. This is Mr. Fragrant from Atrium Fragrances. This is a lovely fragrance. And before I get into this, if you are at all interested in picking this up or anything from Atrium Fragrances, use code NICK10. It will give you 10% off on your order. And this is definitely one you're gonna wanna check out. Now this is an everyday fragrance. Like, it's got the versatility for all year round for any situation, but it's not blue. You get a nice juicy opening, mandarin, citrus, that kind of thing. But you also get a really nice galbanum. You get some lavender, so you get this soapy and kind of smoky, bitter herbal thing. You get some vetiver, some ambergris, giving a little bit of this like salty marine quality with woodiness, with darkness. This thing has gotten me so many compliments. It's got the patchouli in it, which kind of warms it up. There's so much versatility. This is very masculine to its core, and a woman could absolutely wear this. A lot of the compliments came from women wanting to wear it themselves, but this is masculine to the core. So if you like an aromatic, green, woody, and kind of smoky fragrance with a good amount of freshness that can be worn all year round, check out Mr. Fragrant, Atrium Fragrances, and use code NICK10 at checkout to save 10%. It does help me out quite a bit whenever you use that code. And this, I put my name behind it because it's a fantastic fragrance with killer performance. All right, we're gonna go back to a designer option again, and I recently did a review of this. This one, as I've been reading comments, people are loving it and realizing that this is great for all year wear as well. What I'm talking about is Chanel's Allure Homme Sport Superleggera. And yes, this is back to stay. It is confirmed by Chanel reps, but this one is this light grapefruit, lemony, woody, musky, and amberwood kind of fragrance. It's clean, it's radiant, it's fresh, it's woody, it's powerful, but light at the same time, hence the name Superleggera. If you want a full breakdown on this one, definitely go check out my review of it. This thing is fantastic. While it's not groundbreaking by any means, this is what Chanel does, is they just do a great fragrance DNA and they nail it. This thing works crazy well in the cool, even better in the heat, but is so versatile. This is kind of gonna play the same role as Dior Homme Sport. So guys, check this one out. There's a little bit of sweetness in here. It's got the power you need, and I love it. It's a dumb reach fragrance, so definitely go check that one out. This one is going to be another one of those you've probably never even heard of it kind of things, but for the artisan lovers and those that are curious about artisan style fragrances, this is gonna be exactly what you're looking for. This is from the house of Bortnikoff. This is called Millenium Santal. And this is from their new entry-level line, which I think is such a cool thing that they're doing, because Bortnikoff is known for doing oud-heavy fragrances, you know, artisan, high-quality materials, kind of more challenging fragrances. But they released this entry-level line that is literally that. It's for those that are wanting to get into the house, but maybe a little timid. This one does a wonderful job of being high quality, but very easy to wear. It was done in conjunction with Chris Maurice, who's a wonderful perfumer. Now this one, obviously with the name Santal, is centered around sandalwood. Now in conjunction with that are a load of citruses up top, white florals. You get the sandalwood, there is a nice tobacco and amber in the base. This thing is creamy as I'll get out. It's sweet, it's floral, it's beautifully unisex. It's powerful. Oh, it's musky. When I say creamy, like it literally is creamy. It's kind of shocking, but this thing has the freshness for the summer, has the power and woodiness for the winter. I'm really impressed with this one. It's very easygoing. If you are well versed in Bortnikoff, you will probably be a little disappointed with this, knowing that it's entry level. Keep that in mind. But this has so much versatility, and if you like sandalwood, you're going to love Millenium Santal from Bortnikoff. Definitely check it out. You know, we're getting close to the end of this list. There are some bangers coming up, so definitely stick around. But this is another one I've recently highlighted, and I'm just continued to be wowed by this one. This is MizuKaze from Gentleman's Nod, and as always, it's a trick to get this thing to try to focus on the name. But this one is focused around tea, but more importantly, it's tea and these very invigorating elements like peppermint, blue ginger, juniper berry. So those kind of things give it so much lift, aromatic touches, you know, it's zesty. And down into the base, you get frankincense, you get, you know, deeper woods. There is this beautiful dichotomy of fresh, invigorating to warm, woody, which honestly, like Himalaya, make it a wonderful year-round scent. It's fresh and uplifting for the summer. In the winter, it has that icy blast. You know, it's also got the pine down in the base, which gives it just a nice, powerful base. This one is spectacular. It performs very well. Use code SCENTNIC10 on this one to get 10% off on your order. And again, it helps me out greatly. This is gonna probably be one of my go-tos this year because it's so versatile. It's lovely. So definitely check out MizuKaze from Gentleman's Nod. Now, I've been avoiding putting this house on many lists because they're not one of my go-tos, but this fragrance from their lineup does a really good job of being usable all year round, and that is Layton. Now, while it's not my favorite from the house, it's oftentimes one of the ones that people start with, and it does a wonderful job, again, of being great all year round. You get the nice fresh apple, you get the lavender, the geranium, the woods, the cinnamon, the vanilla. It's creamy, spicy, woody, slightly floral, playful, fresh enough for the summer, and plenty warm for the winter. It's just a spectacular fragrance. It's very youthful at this point, and I know the current batches have that Vicks Vapor Rub kind of thing. This one doesn't. I think that's gonna be really dependent on your skin type, but I still believe in Layton. So if you haven't checked it out, check out Layton for sure. It's a nice, easy blind buy. This next one should get a lot of love, and with good reason, because it's a spectacular fragrance. It's one of my favorites from the house. From the house of Amouage. They don't have the most year-round versatile fragrances, but this one does it. And if you're on the same page as me, you know what I'm going to show you. This is Reflection 45 by Amouage, and man, this is just the Reflection DNA, but perfected. Lots of warm resin, but very soapy fresh. You get the lavender in here, you get the tonka, you get the juniper berries giving this nice bright lift, florals, woods. It's fresh and light enough for the warm weather, and it's deep and sweet enough for the cool weather. I love this one year round. It's definitely one you want to go easy on in the summer, but it's very doable. The heat does special things to this, and then the cool, it also does special things to this. You definitely get different aspects of it. And being, you know, a 45% concentration, it's very easy to wear in the cool. You can go very light on the sprays and it just works. I have put a huge dent in this bottle. I've worn it so many times. I really love this one. If you love Reflection, this is that minus that really headache inducing vibe. And again, just a divine fragrance. And wrapping us up, one of my signature scents, one of my favorites of all time. It is special to my heart. It helped me get into oud. This is Mizensir's Perfect Oud, and you've heard me talk about it before, but I still love this fragrance. I want to get my hands on the extrait version, but talk about wearable, fresh oud. This is aromatic, fresh spicy. You get cardamom in here, you get juniper. There is a nice clean musk in here. You get a nice aromatic rose. It's not jammy, it's dry, spicy, aromatic, ethereal. The cleanest oud ever. It's nice and spicy. It's probably not real, but I don't really care. You get cedar and iris as well. I wish you guys could experience how good this is, which you can. It's actually very affordable. And there's enough lightness, enough freshness in this that you can wear it in the heat. And all throughout the year, it's got the oud in here. It's got the backbone that you need. I think this is elegant. This is a perfect signature scent for a masculine man. It's so stinking good, guys. Check out Mizensir's Perfect Oud and thank me later. And with all of that said, let me know, some of your favorite all year round fragrances. If you agree with this list, if there's any that don't belong on here, or if any of them caught your attention, drop it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, please also consider hitting the like button and join our community by hitting that red subscribe button. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.